Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And what I want to talk about is kind of what to expect. Now they're turning the knob on us, and it's time for them to make their move. Now, if you realize that we have big problems, and do you realize the norm, there is no normal again. That's it. We're in a transition. And if you realize that, you're on the ball. If you don't realize it, you are the problem. And I'm not going to, now's not the time to say prepare, because this is stuff you should have already done. We've seen this coming. And between election was the thing you should have tell right then that we got bad problems. We don't have people representing us. There's just no debate about that. Now, what's going to happen? Okay, the first thing you have to remember, there's a part of our ruling class that believes that there's too many of us. So the process is to start eliminating. For me, I think it's kind of funny, because I thought, there's too many of us, then why don't you get rid of yourself instead of coming and getting rid of others? I think it's really cool that the rules are what they think is going to needs to be done. And getting rid of people, they want to start with the people that we don't want to get rid of. And those are the ones that they want to start with. And now, if you've had your thing, that's going to be one of the ways they're going to get rid of people. You see, the ones that are going to start getting sick are going to be the ones that have already been doing their thing. Now, that's not going to be the end of it. That's the beginning, in the way of the death march. And so they're getting the police. You've already realized now police, they were reaching, and so then they will shoot somebody for reaching. I thought that was, you're really pushing imagination when you think you can shoot somebody for reaching. Now they're to the point where I was scared. There was things going on and it scared me, so I shot. Talking about January 6th, that guy's excuse was he was scared. There was things going on. Okay, so now you don't even have to reach. You don't even have to be armed. So we realize now that the police rules are different than our rules. In other words, the law. There is not the law. We're not going by a law. We're going by different laws. Politicians, the people that think they have the authority over us, they've got different rules or are laws that they go by, not even laws, because they're making that stuff up as they go. That's election. Look, they make stuff up. So, and then, so these people have different laws, rules. The ones that are going to be doing their strong arm work, in other words, the ones that are going to be intimidating and killing others, they've got another set of rules or laws that they go by. You can tell that by you look at the doctors, you look at the scientists. They've got, well, they're not honest, and how you can do make medical decisions without being honest, how you can do scientific anything without being honest. There's enough data now that they ought to be able to be honest and understand the masks. They don't work. They don't work at all. They don't work. But they don't really realize that. Getting all this stuff done, these people are getting sick. So they ought to know what is going on. So we're being misled. The news media, it's not a news media. It's just nothing but propaganda. It's pure propaganda. So they're making, okay, you have to have this stuff done before you can go to school, before you can fly on a plane. They're going to be doing more and more anything to show their control. You have to go along with this stuff, and they're going to have to insist and insist. More and more stuff is going to be happening. It's going to be to the point where you won't be able to travel. You want to go to the next state, you won't be able to do it. You want to go out to eat, you won't do it because you have to have this stuff done. Okay, all of this, you do realize it is the New World Order that's moving in, making all this stuff happen. Okay, and the New World Order is based on communist type controls. I'm saying this, well, in other words, it's not people that represent us. These are people that, like I say, the Communist Party, they're the ones that make these decisions. New World Order, it's not people that represent us. It's people that are just taking this authority and they're telling their strong-arm people to make us do certain things. Now, so in other words, the weak among us is going to be much more apparent. Wow. And so the weak will fall in line and do what they got to do, what they're told to do. So there's going to be more things. It's going to be to the point where you won't be able to get food unless you've gone through the steps that they want you to go through. It's going to be, like say, travel. Now, police protection. There is no police protection. Those days are over. Now we have armed the people in this world that want us dead. We have armed them by in Afghanistan, giving all the arms, missiles, everything to them. Now they're going to be able to reproduce those things. They know what we have. They haven't, so we don't have the superiority like we used to. Now, the good thing on that is they're still scared of us owning guns. You can see, look at Australia. They give up their guns, now they've lost everything. And it's going to get worse, not only in Australia, all over the world. But now wait a minute. Now these third world countries, it's going to be better. I mean, you got to remember, they're on the bottom of the totem pole. So it's going to be better for them. Now, any developed country, it's going to be worse. And there's going to be more and more controls. Your everyday life will be dictated to you. Where you can go, what you can say, who you can be with. I mean, they've already realized that, hey, they can make you scared enough that you'll stay home and not talk. And when you're talking to others, now you're going to be hearing stuff, and then you'll be thinking, uh-oh, we can't have you thinking. Because when you think, you're going to be making decisions. Well, they don't want you making decisions. They would rather you just do as you're told. So you're going to be seeing more and more of that. Look at the schools. The kids now, they're not being taught other than they're being taught to do as they're told. They're not taught to think. School doesn't have anything to do with thinking anymore. And, I mean, you can see the ability to think is being weeded out of these young people. And that's a concern, a big concern. In other words, this problem that we have is not any problem that we can fix. Pretty. It's going to be ugly. What's going to be happening, it's all going to be bad. There's going to be more kidnapping, more violence, because we have become weak. We don't know how to respond to violence, and because we are at war. They are at war with us. So as long as we are passive and don't do anything, we're losing. And that's how you see more and more of this stuff keeps coming up. They're trying to get us going against race to race, colors, education, rich, poor. This is what they're trying to do. And if you're stupid enough, it's going to work. So personally, I'm not that worried. And because the violence is the part that is going to dictate our thoughts and our beliefs. And so if you haven't haven't focused on the three-man militia stuff, I've got hundreds of videos talking about it. And I go step by step on all kinds of little things that you can do to prepare. You need to be focused on tactics. Tactics is what wins wars. Afghanistan's a good example. that's all tactics that have been done there. And you see their tactics of one. And worldwide, it's one. So these are things you need to be thinking of now. Get ready. Your water's going to be restricted. Your electric's going to be restricted. It's going to be a dangerous place. You're not going to be any safer out in the country than what you're going to be in the city, because this is a big thing, and we're going to have to get tough if we're going to get through this. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.